clap.
Thank you. It was thunderous.
Oh, yeah, I knew something was missing. Yeah, you should probably put those on so you can hear yourself talk. So head? You're giving yourself head?
Sounds pretty good.
That was...
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Storyworks podcast. I am your host, Zac Gosen.
I'm your co-host, Andrew Hall.
Today we are talking about all things mystical, magical, and fantastic. We're talking about Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
The new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Pretty crazy IP to be...
Make a movie of?
Yeah, for the first time, really, right?
I think there was a Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out in the 90s.
Shit.
But I think it was like pretty universally like disliked. Yeah.
Like the 90s Mario.
Yeah, pretty
movie?
much, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Maybe that's why I haven't heard of it. But
Yeah, because I didn't really hear anything about it until after I had seen the movie and was kind of doing some research on it.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe we should watch it just to see
just to check
what
it
the
out.
first swing looked like.
Yeah.
Because I came into this thinking this was the first
I saw like a
attempt.
clip of some of the acting in it, and it just was like, if you think some of the acting in this movie is like hammed up,
Yeah.
brother, you got no idea.
What do you mean like hammed up?
Just like you know, over the top for like being over the top's sake.
Okay, gotcha.
I am the great evil master.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
Yeah, you know.
But this movie, it's like they do it in a comedic sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like probably with the 90s iteration, they were probably trying
Taking
to be
themselves
more serious.
way more serious.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
But I guess we'll just have to watch it and find out.
It's true. Yeah, this movie didn't take itself too seriously.
No, not at all.
It definitely had serious moments.
Yeah.
For sure. But they never overstayed their welcome, but the jokes never like kicked it like
we're
into the serious moments. You know,
we're not talking Love and Thunder levels of.
Yes. Oh my God, you said it, so I didn't have to.
Yeah, dude. That is where it gets to be a lot too much. I think they really hit the beats in this movie to make it just that sweet spot.
Yeah.
That they needed. Because this is a big thing to tackle. You got a lot of people probably expecting a lot of different things.
Oh, for sure.
Throughout the fan base. And, you know, I got to be honest, the first time I saw trailer 1,
I was not super
interested.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about it. I can't really put my nose on it.
Was the first trailer you saw, was it like a trailer or was it like a clip? Because the first thing that I saw from the movie was a clip of the scene when they're in the graveyard.
See, I saw the trailer that came out before that, and, you know, that clip in the graveyard is kind of what made me feel a little bit better because that scene made me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like that scene at first?
I think the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, so this is the vibe they're going for.
Yeah. It was kind of just letting you in that,
because I wasn't
this
sure,
is going to be a comedy.
Because I was going to say, because I hadn't seen the first trailer. I didn't have an idea of what kind of movie it was going to be. If it was going to, you know, be like an epic story, you know, like Lord of the Rings or something. Or if it was going to be kind of more like Guardians of the Galaxy in Faerun.
Gotcha. Okay,
and it definitely leaned more towards like the Guardians of the Galaxy and Faerun side of things.
Yeah, right.
But that's not necessarily a bad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you there. I have to agree. That scene, I think that scene in the graveyard where it's like, you know, the sorcerer has to use...
He's using this token to raise the dead, and then you have like 4 questions you can ask it.
Right. That's what kind of honed me in to seeing that they're kind of playing this to a degree how you would sit around a table and play
Yeah,
D and
no,
D.
because that's the thing is like after I watched that first or that clip of them in the graveyard, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so this is the type of movie that it's gonna be, and I watched the clip again,
Right.
and I was like, okay, this is good. I was like,
Yeah.
this feels like like that feels like a magic item in D&D.
Exactly. Yeah. For
And
sure.
that felt like an interaction that you would have with like maybe a particularly strict DM or something.
Oh, I could absolutely see us like fucking up and like having that exact encounter happen. So
And then we just have to keep digging up bodies until we get our answers.
yeah, for sure. I love that sequence. Super fun. Yeah, man. That first clip that they released started to get me hyped up for it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the second trailer and I decided I wanted to see it. I was here for it.
Yeah,
I wasn't still having like huge expectations or anything.
for sure.
I went in being very I guess biased because I'm a D&D player.
Yeah.
But like I tried not to be too hard on it at the same time. You know what I mean?
See, I had decently low expectations for it.
Yeah, right.
Because like I said, I wasn't sure if it was gonna be super duper campy or, you know, way overacted.
Yeah, right.
So I wasn't really sure what we were gonna get ourselves into there, but I'm pleasantly surprised to say that I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good.
Super fun time at the movies, man. We were laughing. A lot. So, I don't know. Maybe the jokes weren't landing with a lot of the people in the theater.
I guess I don't know.
We didn't have a super interactive viewing experience, but like I was chuckling in my seat.
We had a pretty decently sized crowd with us.
Yeah,
in the
surprisingly for like a Tuesday,
Yeah.
like a Tuesday show.
Theater. Shout out Lake 8.
$5 Tuesdays. We really need to like ask somebody to sponsor us.
Please.
We hype people up all the time. Come on, y'all.
Please.
Yeah, no, it was a great time. I was
For
definitely
sure.
trying not to laugh too hard to myself in my seat.
There would be moments where a scene would happen and I would just look over at you and Kayla and just be like,
floored. Super fun, man. And it looked really good.
Yeah.
Like visually,
yeah.
they super nailed the
I think they
fantastical
shot a lot of
elements.
stuff on location.
It looks like it.
Like
yeah.
it wasn't like shot in a blue room.
Yeah, I saw that they did a lot of stuff in like Northern Ireland
Yeah, super cool.
to get a lot of those. You have a little bit of the Lord of the Rings feeling, because you get your long walking shots that are just very reminiscent of that.
I mean, yeah, they go through like the Underdark.
Oh, that was
like
so
the
cool.
entirety of the Underdark in like 2 minutes.
It was that was I wish that was longer, but also, did we want it to be like did we want it to be longer?
I just don't. I think you probably could have just skipped showing the first place and just gone. They could have just been like, "This is an entrance to the Underdark."
Yeah.
And here we are in the lava fields.
Right. No, that was super
Instead of being
fast.
like, here are these. That's where they're injecting humor because they're like, hey, here are these brain dogs. They react to intelligence. So the smarter you are, the more likely to get detected we are.
Yeah.
And then they just fucking walk past.
They're little fucking brains, dude. They're little brains with legs.
Mm-hmm. And they are like, yeah, these guys are too dumb for us to detect.
What a bunch of fucking morons.
Then Chris Pine goes, well, that just seems hurtful.
I did like Chris Pine in this movie a lot. He really didn't do much but talk.
Yeah.
But he talked well.
He was that's
Bard.
what a bard does. And then he used his damn lute to bash in what's his face's head or whatever.
I didn't know like what kind of combat he was gonna do. I was almost waiting for him to whip out spells or something. But then he
That's the thing is that I was like, he's not like really a bard.
Andrew's very bard biased. He's played 2 long-running bard characters.
I like my bards. Love a good character who can pull out a lyre and immediately make you go insane.
Berserk.
um,
I really liked Chris Pine coming in with it, and then he did the little skip.
yeah,
That
he
shit was
he
fun.
was very much like a. He almost felt like a multi-classed like rogue bard,
Kind of, yeah.
because he very much relied on like conning people and charisma.
Yes. And like charisma, 800%, because the whole movie, they're like, we can't do this, and he's like,
You
the
can.
fuck
What
are
do you
you
mean?
talking
What do you mean
about?
you can't? You
course
can't
you
do this
can.
right now, but you can't. But you will be able to
Yeah,
do it.
literally. Yeah. I love that. I thought that was really fucking funny. Um, his talent is definitely, his usable skill is definitely
He's like, I'm the
all
plan
planning.
guy,
Yeah, I'm the planner.
and then if the plan fails, I make plan B.
Plan C.
Oh, cool. So you make plans that fail.
Yeah, yeah, right.
He was really cool. Doran the druid, I liked.
Dude, the druid, one of my favorite parts. We got some really cool sequences with the druid.
The
and,
wild
like,
shape and all that.
the wild shape's so cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So cool. One of my favorite sequences is a chase scene involving the druid that we'll get into.
Oh yeah.
Super fun. I thought the visuals were great. Even the VFX I thought were done well. I
Yeah.
didn't think they were like
I didn't think it was
skimpy or
too
anything.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything? I mean, I guess we can talk about that, like details
Yeah.
wise. But yeah, no, this movie was great, man. It was directed by who I am calling the Johns. We have the Daniels. These
And
are the
there's Johns.
Johns. We got John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein
Okay.
were the directors. They did Game Night, which is like an action comedy a
Okay.
few years back.
Okay.
They've got a lot of stuff from what I was looking up. So big catalog, but nothing quite like this. So really cool that they're kind of going off onto a different path a little bit.
Yeah.
I know one of the directors was talking about playing Dungeons and Dragons with his brother, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, so this is has to do with a little bit of an homage
Aw.
in that sense. I was wondering, I was like, did these guys get handed a script? And
Yeah.
just
Like
make
how
it,
did that?
or,
How like what brought them to it?
what levels of involvement? Yeah, I guess this thing was originally announced in like 2013, man.
It's
Like,
been in like development hell for
Yeah.
a decade.
I guess so. Like rights getting fucking thrown
Yeah,
around here and
yeah.
there.
Good old Hasbro.
No. You're on the bad list right now. I'm glad it finally came to fruition though, and I think that they nailed the way that they needed to
Yeah.
re-enter this universe. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. They had the majority of the classes represented,
Yeah.
and I think they represented them pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, I think it will do good bringing D&D to like a more public eye, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe making it a little bit more palatable for some.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for D&D goers going into this movie with any kind of preconceived notions,
Like people who play
or
D&D
expectations?
going to see the movie,
Yeah. Do you think there's anything that might
like turn them off?
turn them off? Because I wasn't really turned off throughout the film. It kept me pulled in, and it's got some fun references,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the only couple complaints that I really had were like I said, just kind of skipping through areas just to like
Yeah.
be able to show set pieces.
Right.
And then having the tiefling just be a human with horns.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, come on, make him have red skin for no reason.
I was wondering, if that's either a budget thing or an actress thing.
It's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I guess she was already in like a double corset. Like, seems like she
Yeah.
was in
some pretty constricting gear.
Yeah. I guess I was like listening to some interviews and stuff from them. She seems to be, like she used to play D&D in high school. She was the
Yeah.
most affiliated with D&D.
Yeah.
So she was really interested in that. I thought it was fun to listen to Chris Pine talk about it
Yeah.
because he's like the lead kind of man when it comes to the advertising and the interviews.
Yeah.
They have him going out talking about it. He didn't really play it much, but he said his nephew is diehard, plays it every week.
Mm-hmm.
So he started playing it with his nephew a few times
Okay.
to start getting
To, like,
into it and learning
figure out
about
the
it.
world and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And it was just fun hearing Chris Pine talk about
His
it. And
experience. That's
comparing
cool.
it with acting. He's like, it really is just improv. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, right?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that fucking cool? I bet you liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna catch Chris
Christopher.
Pine. Christopher's gonna be playing every Sunday now.
Catch him. Catch him at the table.
Catch him at the table. He's
rolling
absolutely
nat
a bard.
20s. He's rolling nat 20s. He's casting dissonant whispers.
I was gonna ask.
He's
what
given
is the
bardic
one
inspiration.
thing that you always did as a bard, dissonant whispers. Is that where you like are whispering like
Psychically into their mind? Yeah.
I would love when you would play it because you would always be like, little bitch, you're a little bitch.
You're a
Like
little
that's your
fucking
dissonant
loser.
whisper.
You're a little fucking loser, and nobody thinks you can win this fight, and you're gonna die. And you're gonna get killed by us.
DM is like, okay, now roll for it. Oh, that shit's too funny. The fucking what else was it? The bardic inspiration.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I definitely see the bardic inspiration in the movie.
Oh, for
'cause
sure.
He's the one
definitely the
inspiring
dude.
everybody.
Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I guess we can kind of get into it. I didn't talk about like the music so much before, like as general overviews.
Mhm.
Music was super fun.
Yeah.
I like when they're riffing off each other and you just hear a lute going ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, like in the background. It just like it just fits.
We also didn't talk about the barbarian or the sorcerer at all.
Right. Yeah. Shit. Michelle Rodriguez, that's her name, yeah?
Yeah, I think
She kicked ass
she was great.
in
She
this
was great.
movie, dude.
she was good at playing like big dumb brute, like being funny, but also like
Yeah.
having emotion about her.
Oh yeah. I really liked that she just fucked with the sorcerer the whole time.
Just use magic.
Just use magic, dude. He's like, I can't
just.
You don't understand. I can't just use magic for everything.
God.
Perfect. It's like the perfect.
And the dude that plays the sorcerer is in The Quarry, the video game The Quarry.
That's what he said. Yeah, Simon. His character's Simon, right?
Yeah.
Justice Smith.
Yep. Yeah.
He's the actor.
He's one of the main characters in The Quarry. We did an episode on super massive games, I think is what it was.
Yeah, we were talking about
the Dark Pictures.
it was the Dark Pictures anthology.
Yeah, and a little
Yep.
bit of Until Dawn. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in their like newest game, The Quarry.
I'm super interested in the Quarry, by the way. It's on
The PlayStation catalog.
PlayStation catalog, which I play PlayStation. So me and
we out
Andrew,
here being Sony boys.
Yeah, we do. We are.
Oh man, maybe Sony should give us a sponsorship and send me 9 PlayStation 5s.
Send me 9 PlayStation 5s. With the Quarry.
And
that's the one game that's like downloaded on it.
And infinite PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, come on. That's all you need.
It's fine.
Can I get one of those if
Yeah.
they send them?
Yeah.
Just one.
Just
That's
the
all I'll
one.
ask.
Yeah, just the one though.
Just the one. And you don't ever ask me for anything else again.
This is it.
Oh my God. I do want to play the Quarry. I think that would be a super fun experience.
I got really close to beating it and I just haven't yet.
You're pretty close to the end?
I think so. I feel like I'm like right at like I'm about to go into like a big climactic moment.
If you beat it, yeah, I wonder if we can see if we can like finagle it and get a different ending or so.
Oh, I'm
if
sure
do
we
a
could get
playthrough.
something different.
Yeah, I'm really that one's got me on the like Friday the 13th vibes, and I really like that.
Yeah,
kind
big
of.
old
Who knows?
Yeah,
though?
they're on like a summer camp. I know what the
Yeah.
threat is.
It's a mystery. If you guys want us to fucking play it, let us know.
Let us know.
I'm gonna do it anyways.
I mean, we're probably gonna do it anyways. But come on,
if you want to hear
you
about
like
it,
to do it. You do it.
everybody does it.
You do it. Me when I play a video game. I just did it and I'm ready to do it again.
Oh my
Don't tell
God.
me you don't do it.
Don't tell me you don't do it. All right.
Thank you,
Mel
Mel
Brooks.
Brooks.
Did you say that too, or was that a delay on my headphones?
No,
Okay.
we both said it.
Just making sure. The mind meld.
It's more likely than you think.
Yeah, so Michelle
Rodriguez.
did fantastic. I haven't seen her in much recently. I know she's decently big in the Fast series, you know.
Oh, okay.
The Fast, I just got to say Fast, and everybody should know what it is. Or should
I think
we
that's
say
what they
family
call
at
it.
this point?
The family movies.
In the family movies. She definitely paved her way as this character. She totally kicked ass.
Oh yeah, no, she was badass.
Her action sequences were so fucking cool, man.
I loved that Bradley Cooper was in the movie for like approximately 5 minutes just to be her ex-husband.
That shit
And he was like
funny.
a small halfling.
That is hilarious, dude. It absolutely had me fucked up. He's like a child in comparison to her. But it's just a full-grown Bradley Cooper sitting on a tiny chair.
He's just sitting on a tiny chair, and dude, it fucking kind of hurts that he left her for another huge barbarian
Another
lady.
giant woman. Yeah, dude. Oh, I heard a lot about you.
Like, look, I get it. The dude has a type.
Large women.
Large, strong women.
My man's just wants
I
to be rocked
understand
to
it.
sleep
I
at
understand
night.
it. I get it.
Andrew just needs a large queen.
just cradle me, please.
Oh my god. Jeez, man. All right, and yeah, the sorcerer did great too. He played the perfect, he's so unconfident in
Yes.
himself. That's the entire thing of his character. And you don't really see that in sorcerers a lot, you know? Like in D&D.
Yeah.
So it's really fun to see that this kind of character trying to overcome and
And
everybody's expecting more of him.
I liked the implementation of the wild magic too.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
I didn't know that's what was going on at first, but then he name dropped it and I was like,
There it is.
And that has to do with his little thing on his
He's
belt.
got like a little rotary phone, I want to say almost.
Yeah, it's some kind of tool on his belt.
He twists it to whatever settings he needs and then he can cast spells.
And maybe that's wild magic. I was trying to figure out like exactly what that thing did.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of wild magic. You don't know what's going to happen, but
hopefully
it helps.
You might just create a unicorn.
Oh my god. Yeah, right. All right, man. So yeah, let's get into it.
Cool.
Let's talk specifics.
We're going to get in it. We're going in deep.
Starting off, well, I guess spoiler warning.
There it is.
It's up if you care about hearing things.
He's not wrong. It is up.
It's up. All right. The basis of this movie, they had to go super exposition heavy in the beginning, but I like how they did it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Chris Pine is at his own prison hearing where he's hearing about like being
he's
early
trying
release,
to be get
pardoned
parole,
or whatever.
Pardoned, yeah.
So that's why he's giving his backstory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt natural.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it wasn't just like super.
It's not just like record scratch. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Oh my god, yeah, for real. The first thing that came to my mind when I thought bad exposition was just Black Adam's first 10 minutes, dude. That still just sits in my head.
Don't let Dwayne hear you say that.
He's on the roof.
Did you hear that?
Oh god, yeah.
But no, I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like for no reason having a 10, 15 minute scene.
Yeah.
Of just shit that does not happen until like it, and then like you jump 2,000 years in the future.
It was so rough, dude. It was just so rough. I feel like this did it well. If you're gonna when you have to have these giant information dumps, you just got to find the best way to do it. And I liked how they did it.
Yeah, no, I think it worked well.
I like Chris Pine's character's backstory. You know, we get the lore about the Red Wizard. You know, his wife was
Yeah.
killed by a Red Wizard's blade,
Mm-hmm.
which
That shit's
nothing can bring back.
Nothing. That shit's like the fucking Morgul blade, dude.
Yeah, you're right. Holy shit. But there's one thing. Nothing except for one.
There's
thing.
nothing. Nothing possibly can ever bring her back. She's been killed. There's no magic on the entire continent of Faerun that could ever possibly bring her back. There's nothing. Get over herself. She's gone. Except for this one tablet.
And we can get it.
We can get this tablet and we can bring her back.
So there's a whole story about like his background after his wife dies. He's raising his daughter.
He meets
the barbarian.
the barbarian lady.
And
Then he like forms a gang.
Yeah, you know,
Pretty much like a crew.
I like the scene. He says something that's not quite like we started stealing shit, but it's we started stealing shit
Yeah.
to get by because they weren't
Mhm.
making money. They had no ways to get money really.
Yeah.
And it just shows them like punch through a fucking window and start grabbing
just
gems
grabbing necklaces and shit.
So and then it, you know, it becomes a story about him and his daughter.
Yeah.
He leaves his daughter. He's been in prison for 2 years, so he hasn't seen her in that time.
And he would when he was with his daughter, he would take her on these heists that he would do.
I thought
these
that was kind of
cons.
crazy.
It's insane, but it
Yeah.
also is like it shows that he trusts her. It's like, you know,
Exactly.
like Ellie type shit.
Right. Yeah. No, it definitely makes me think of that. I
But
like
then he
that the
doesn't-
pendant she's got.
The invisibility pendant. That's
yeah.
cool. But then he doesn't let her go on this last job to get the tablet.
Yes. And of course, it's the job where it goes to shit.
As if there could be any other outcome.
For real. So we get into the introduction of this wizard.
Yeah.
This wizard that paid them for the job or whatever.
Yeah. Zofia, I think her name was. Or something like that.
I think you're right. Here, let me look. I got it here.
The chick.
Sophina, yep.
Sophina.
Played by Daisy Eid.
Yeah, dude.
She was fucking crazy looking, man.
They were like, hey,
Don't fuck with her.
we have this wizard here. She is fucked up. She's fucked up. She just wants people to think she's a fucked up person.
This is a fucked up wizard, dude.
She just wants people to, when she walks out of the room, she just wants people to think that wizard was fucked up.
Man, did you see her, dude? Jesus Christ.
Sophina's a badass.
Sophina's a badass.
She's not gonna live very long, is she?
I guess not. Yeah, obviously she's kind of like our main antagonist.
Yeah, you get her, you get Forged. They're like
he was
they're
like
like getaway driver / like rogue / con man.
Mm-hmm. He was a really good villain too.
Very charismatic. He's like the mirror of Chris Pine in a way.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Because he doesn't do much either.
Extremely charismatic, but in like the negative aspects of it.
Right. Yeah. And I do love Hugh Grant's acting as this character. I mean,
he hams it up. He hams it up a lot, and I'm here for it. Yeah, he's
So
like, this
much.
tea is pretty fucking hot.
He's like
I'm really
asshole.
sorry. This tea is scalding.
But he's like that kind of energy where he's like scolding his staff without doing it.
Yeah.
He's like, this tea just really shouldn't. It just really
He's
shouldn't
like,
be this
he's
hot.
like, I'm really terribly sorry about this. This tea should
nobody
not
else
be
gives
as
a
hot.
shit. Yeah.
He like tells Ed's daughter that like she needs to tell the staff that they're like cooking the tea too hot.
Yeah.
I was like,
we really need to tell them that the tea
Whoa.
should not be this hot.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. He played the dastardly villain that you just want to fuck over. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She was the wizard, Sophia. She was kind of in the shadows waiting for the big the big plot points to
Yeah,
come.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So there was a couple different things going on with that. But,
No, there was somebody in the shadows, all right.
oh my god,
That
that
was
one
like
shot
the scariest scene of the entire
that was
fucking
fucking
movie.
real scary, man. Yeah, the one dark corner of the room.
And it's just you can barely see the hollowed out
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. Just oh man,
That
he
shit's
doesn't pop
like
up again though.
no.
I feel like they could that maybe they could have utilized him a little bit more.
I don't know.
But it seems like she's like, I mean, she's the big bad, but
Mhm.
he's like a past wizard
He's
that
like
she's like fulfilling
influencing.
his.
Yeah.
She's like redoing his plan
Mhm.
in Neverwinter, like trying to take over all of Neverwinter.
Yeah, fourth A.
And Neverwinter is in D&D. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a okay, yeah.
That's where like it's on like the Sword Coast.
Yeah,
It's like the biggest city on the Sword Coast, I think.
gotcha. Okay, you're right. They had the spine of the world.
Yeah, the spine of the
Influence
world's
in there.
way up north. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they should. I was almost thinking. I was wondering if they were traversing the spine of the world when they got out of the prison. I was kind of thinking about that. They're super far north. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Because they
Oh.
definitely had to walk a while.
Yeah. I really liked right off the bat. So like in this prison scene at the beginning, we've got like whoever's reviewing him to be pardoned.
Yeah, like
Are
the
like
council.
these creatures. Like there's like, is there like a dragon born?
I think there's a
almost?
dragonborn there. There's some kind of like reptilian person.
And then the bird. I
And
think
then
his name is Jonathan or something. I don't know.
It's not Jonathan, but it's like something based off of Jonathan.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Jonathan.
something like that. But yeah, and yeah, he's like a bird man.
Yeah, and it's like it's practical. They're using practical stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe a mix of VFX in there.
I'm sure there's a bit of VFX.
So it was really cool just seeing the scope of the practical effects. We always talk about it. We love to see it.
You love to see practical effects.
And I love that their fucking plan was for him to keep dragging his story out so he can grab the goddamn Birdman and jump out of the
damn window. Yeah.
That shit was so fucking funny. That's what
He's like, oh, it worked. It worked. I
Yeah.
knew he would fly. I knew he would spread his wings and fly.
Oh my God. And as soon as they jump out, they say, "But we approved your pardon."
It's like hilarious.
I fucking loved it. That's what kicked the movie off, and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna like this.
Mm-hmm.
I can roll with this comedy. And it just gets better from there, man.
Yeah.
Once we start assembling the crew and everything, I just really enjoyed.
It's a heist movie. They're
It's
like,
so much. It's
we're
totally.
breaking into this vault. We've learned that Forge is a dickhead.
Forge is a big fucking dickhead.
He's taken Chris Pine's daughter and is like
yeah.
indoctrinating her into believing that like Uncle Forge is the only one who cares about her.
As soon as he hears the word Uncle Forge, he's like, Uncle?
What? I was like, what?
Excuse me?
Yeah,
So that was like a whole nother
He
step.
was so slimy.
He's a little bastard, man. That's Forge's thing. And then Red Wizard Lady's like, I don't want to look at you. You're scary. Like that's her thing. She's like, she'll fuck you up. He's just a slimy little bastard that got exactly what he needed at the exact time. And he's the goddamn lord.
Yeah, he's become the Lord of Neverwinter.
And he acts like a lord. This tea is too hot. God. Dude, when he's up in the Coliseum, up on the podium, he's like,
Get me down. This is much higher than we discussed.
He's looking down. He's like, this is unnecessary. Like this is unnecessarily
high. Get me the fuck down.
Oh my God. It's so fucking funny. He plays it so well.
Yeah, it was very well done. He's the type of villain that like you love to hate. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's like you love to see him on screen, but you hate what he's doing.
Yeah, it's just it's just like his charisma works so well, like to make you like you love to hear him talk because he's funny.
Yeah, right.
But like he's an asshole. Kind of like Handsome Jack in a way.
Dude, yeah. Definitely Handsome Jack vibes. Holy shit.
Like whenever you would hear Handsome Jack talk, you're always like, I fucking hate you. But then he says something like, hey, what's up, little vault hunter? I just bought a $50 million horse made out of diamonds. I'm calling it. I'm naming it Butt Stallion.
I think one of the first things he says is like piss pony or some shit like that. He's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I found the perfect name.
He's like,
Butt
"Not
Stallion.
Butt Stallion.
I hope you fucking die.
Pretty much.
You're like, thanks, Jack.
Thanks.
Jack is an example of a good antagonist for sure.
Yeah.
One that you love to hear, man. But by the end of it, you're just you're ready to kill that motherfucker.
That's the thing is they've built him up over the course of the entire game.
Yes.
But like when the moment turns into where he stops being like funny evil and he just is like, you want to kill him. They do it very well.
Really malicious by the end of that fucking game. Borderlands is great. Everybody loves.
Did you play the pre-sequel at all?
No.
Dude, I think you would love the pre-sequel because it's all about like the fall of Jack, pretty much. Like he's one of the main characters of it.
I do like that.
And
aspect.
he's like, it's like before he has the mask on.
Yeah, right.
And he's just like a lowly Hyperion employee.
So it's like is it the rise and fall?
It's like the rise. When I say like the fall of Jack, it's also the rise of Jack.
Okay.
It's like the rise of Handsome Jack.
Right.
And like the fall of like John.
Oh, his OG name is John?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
But he goes, you can call him Jack.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah.
I might have to get into it for the story, man.
Dude, it's good.
I don't know why I always struggle with Borderlands games these days. I guess there's a decent amount of gameplay, and I have kids,
and
lots of games and shows to watch.
Just think of it as first-person Diablo, and you're fine.
First-person Diablo mode activated. Okay, here we go. I'm downloading it tonight. I don't know, dude. Davis just showed us Diablo 2, The Resurrection, and we might need to do that.
That might happen. That might be happening.
Anyways.
Now that we've derailed completely for about a couple
totally
minutes.
Okay. We were talking about antagonists. It's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, to get back to the point, Forge is very charismatic and makes you love to hate him.
Absolutely. So I love that interaction between them. I really like, I can't remember the town exactly that they're in.
Neverwinter?
I know it's Neverwinter, but he's the Lord of.
He's Lord Neverwinter.
He's Lord Neverwinter. It's
like he's taken over the position.
He's the big
because OG Lord Neverwinter is like sick. Remember?
Yeah, because now I remember
when he wakes up at the end and he's just.
And yes, yeah, that. And Forge is also like, he's with like other lords and they're making jokes.
Yep.
And they say something about the previous lord, and he's like, "Oh, he's doing well, something, in a vegetative state."
Exactly.
And they all start laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
As well as you can expect for a fucking vegetable or something like that. Pretty much to the effect of that. Yeah.
Literally, holy shit! Yeah.
So yeah, and I think they explained that. So Sophina or whatever her name is, the witch, or the wizard, she was like cursing him because as soon as she died, he woke up.
Right. Yeah. So he was just laid under a curse. That was their whole thing. Yeah.
She cursed him and was like, "Here, you can steal everything from Neverwinter, from like the treasury, but I get
it.
I get Neverwinter."
Yeah. Then we start to kind of move past that, Forge is going to have our beloved bard and barbarian killed. I really like this scene because it just kind of shows that Chris Pine's character does not do much
No, yeah.
when they're about to be executed.
Yeah.
But it's
And
like, yeah.
she buys time by talking to the dude about the axe.
But his axe, like, yeah,
What do you use to use? What do you use to? Or no, because she recognizes the thing on the haft of
Yes. Yeah.
the axe, and she's like, "Oh, that's one of this dwarf's creations, huh? What do you use to clean it?"
He's like,
Boiled linseed oil.
And this is another example of like, this is something we would do. We're just like,
Just to
wait,
buy time.
I want to talk to the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, she buys enough time for her to pick up the thing that her like her hands are like attached to this, I don't know, like piece of wood or something, right?
No,
Or does she just rip up a rock?
she rips a brick out of the ground,
That's what it
man.
is, that's what
yeah,
it is.
she's like digging around the sides of it
Yeah.
to get it out of there.
And that's also something that we would do. We'd be
Super
like,
inventive.
while we're talking to the guard, I'm kind of trying to feel around if there's anything that I can grab.
Sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
yeah. That shit. That's such
And then
a cool
she
action
just
sequence.
fucking KOs everybody while he's just trying to.
He's trying to shimmy his ropes off.
When he's trying to cut the ropes on the stair.
Yes. On the blunt stair. And,
And then he's holding the sword with his feet to
oh
try
my
to
God.
fucking.
she's just like absolutely whooping ass. And he's like, we really got him now. Like fucking like trying to cut it off.
It's so good.
He gets the last hit in with his fucking
Yeah,
loot.
he saves her right at the end.
Oh man, and that is his character.
And then that's how she gets her new axe.
And my axe?
And my axe, she said.
Yeah, dude. Then it's like it's go time, man.
Then
It's time to get
I was
the
gonna say,
team.
we get the gang. They go get Simon
Oh yeah, dude.
and my
He's a
man.
powerful sorcerer, and he's got the fucking candle flame up on his finger.
They go, yeah, they're in Tribor, and he's like scamming the town out of all their damn
Yeah,
possessions as he's like performing a really shitty
awful.
like magical act.
You like the smell of fresh cut grass?
Take a whiff. You smell that? That's fresh cut grass.
What is that? That's like an illusory. That's like
yeah, that's like prestidigitation maybe.
yeah. That's fun. It's funny because D&D has these little fucking
Like spells
These
that can
weird
do
little
these
spells.
like
you can use them for weird shit if you want
yeah,
to.
you can do that. You can be like, "Hey, I cast this spell to make the scent of fresh grass
It's so weird.
appear."
But I love that it got recognition, you know,
Yeah.
like these weird little spells.
So then yeah, they recruit Simon, who gets caught stealing from everybody.
Yeah. That was cool. He's putting on the shit magic show, but in the background, he's like,
stealing everybody's.
he's
Yeah,
got everybody's like,
it's all balled up.
jewels. Yeah.
He
I
would have
like
gotten
Simon
away
a
with
lot.
it too, if he didn't fucking see.
Oh, he
Chris
would have.
Pine.
Yeah, for sure. And that's when we get the first instance of that wild magic because, like, he flips it and gravity just shifts.
Yeah,
And that was a really fun sequence where he's like climbing on the ceiling, trying to get
and
away
then he
from
falls
everybody.
through.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. And they were just right out there ready to catch him.
Yeah,
Super fun. Super fun. And then he's like,
they're like, we need.
I courted a druid.
He's like, yeah, we need somebody, maybe a druid with a wild shape we can use to get in and do some surveillance for us.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
well, I courted a druid, actually.
His face, yeah. I courted a
It
druid.
didn't go well. She said I was very unconfident and that I made her sad.
I love that. fucking She says I made her sad. She's just like, not like, my poor man.
He's trying his best.
Doric is our druid's name,
Yes.
played by Sophia Lillis.
I liked the little fake out they did too when they pull up and there's like the chick that's like tied to the tree
Yeah,
about to be
dude.
executed.
Yeah, like she's protecting the forest or whatever.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, that's Doric." And he's like, "No. That's Doric." And then it shows the damn horse. Like, okay, that's the part where I'm like, how did they get this horse. How do they just find this random horse and then slap it all up full of gear? And or is that horse supposed to be that chick's horse? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't really
I
think
wasn't
about
sure if
that.
that was because like whose horse it was supposed to originally belong to. But then yeah, it turns
Yeah.
into a damn owl bear,
Yeah,
and that's cool.
that was sick. The design was really cool. The VFX were great on it.
Yeah,
Really cool sequence, man.
I think the owl bear scene was pretty dope.
So fucking cool.
And then yeah, they recruit her. She hates humans,
Yeah,
understandably.
understandably so.
I do too. Um,
The fucking our sorcerer boy sees her, and she's like, "Who are you?"
dude, that hurts. She does
I
not
know,
remember
dude.
him, and then he's like,
"Have
"Oh
I
yeah,
courted you?"
remember you said that I made you sad."
Oh, right. What are you doing here? Oh my god.
That shit hurts, man.
Yeah, dude, it does. It does. She's such an integral part of the team, though. Like
No.
I love
Her scene,
Dory.
like her wild shape scenes, were very, very, very dope.
So good, man. So good. My favorite scene is
The escape,
the escape, man. Yeah, they gotta get in there to see what is
figure out
guarding
what
the
the
vault.
protections are.
Uh-huh. And she's a fly. She's a fly on the wall.
Literally.
As we're seeing Forge lead the lords in to talk about the vault with
Sophina.
Oh my god, this she just screams. Yeah. She's like, there's a wild shape in here. The Sophia, while the wizard's like describing what spell is holding the vault.
She literally is just like, it's guarded by Mordenkainen's ancient seal.
Yeah. And Forge is like, I guess that's it. Like he was like, go ahead and describe.
He's like, oh yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, please hold all your questions until the end. For now, my court magician is going to explain to you all of the secrets to this enchantment. And she's just like, it's an enchantment.
They're like, all right, very good.
Very good. And then she's like, stop, shut up. Someone's here. And then yeah, the fucking
That was like the perfect. That was like the absolute perfect replication.
I had
It's
to, like-
that
I had
with
to,
like two
pull
more
I
octaves
had to,
of
like
it.
pull pretty far back.
Yeah,
Didn't
absolutely.
want to blow the damn mic out.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's exactly what happens, and it's on. Like we get this huge chase sequence.
She turns into like a mouse,
Yeah, a cat,
a bird,
a deer. The deer
The
happens,
deer.
which is a fun joke that fucking
the
Olga keeps bringing up.
she's like, "Oh yeah, so we can just turn into it. We can have a deer appear. That's what we need the deer for. The druid will turn into a deer, and they can blend in, and then they'll be able to figure out all the enchantments. Because they can."
No.
Chris Pine's like, "Yeah, they can blend in with all the other deer that are in the castle."
Oh my god.
But then when she comes back, she's like, so what I'm hearing is that she did turn into a deer.
I was so happy when I saw her do the deer shift. It's crazy, man. It's just a lot of movement. It's like it's an intense scene, and the transformations look so cool.
Yeah.
And how the situation she keeps getting into, like she falls into somebody's house,
Just
turns
gets
into a
right
cat,
up and runs out.
tries to reblend, but they're already on her ass, so she's got to go again.
Turns into the deer and like
Super cool.
hops, slides like Tokyo drifts under the damn
Drifts, yeah.
portcullis as it's closing.
Yeah, that was so fucking cool, man. I loved it. And then they got the information they needed. You know what? You can't fuck with
You
that
can't do
magic
it.
seal.
You can't. There's
Absolutely
there's
not.
there's no possible way. There's not a single chance in hell that you'll ever break through it. There's no spell that can dispel it. There's nothing. There's nothing. You lose.
You get nothing.
Except for this one ancient magical helmet that can dispel any lock.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. Just this one ancient helmet that has been lost to time. If you can find that, then you can use that to get in.
Which, of course, leads us to the graveyard.
Yeah.
I loved this scene. It's Holga's like family. It's like her ancestral tribe
Yes.
that fought of a huge battle
That
over
she has
this.
been exiled from.
Yeah. Yeah, because she liked her little boy. Little Bradley Cooper.
She had her little Bradley Cooper boy.
Yeah, dude. That scene is so fucking funny. Just all the dead dudes talking about that's the last thing I remember.
My favorite one is the dude who gets out of the tub and slips and breaks his damn neck and dies before the battle even begins.
It was the morning before the battle. I was having a soak. I got up and I fell down, and that's
all I remember.
That's all I remember. And they're like, "Fuck, he didn't even make it to the fucking."
They're
battle.
like, wait, what? But you were given the crown, right? You were given the helmet, right? Is your name not?
Oh
this?
my
And he's like,
God.
oh no, you want Ragnar? I'm Ragnar.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, my brother.
You want my brother,
the
dude.
Swift. That's fucking hilarious, man. That shit killed me.
And then they find the last one who had the crown, and he gives it to
Our paladin,
we get our introduction to the paladin,
who is just like the most lawful good,
and also just like
paladin.
the most competent person in the movie, I think, outside of Sophina.
For sure. Yeah, most definitely.
I
And
think
he's like her race as well.
Yeah, he's one of the Fae.
I really did enjoy his backstory and how they incorporated it with the kind of like the world shattering, but that big event.
Yeah,
that's looming, the big looming threat, pretty much.
What was it called? Like the Red Death or like the Red Blight or something like that.
Yeah, the red mist. It like immediately turns you into like a corpse army for the wizards, the red wizards. I can't find my boy. Oh, here he is. Zank? Is that how they said his name?
Zank Yendar.
Yendar. His armor was so fucking cool, man.
He was badass.
He was sick.
And I wasn't sure if he was going to like, because like you see him and you're like, oh no, he's hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I wasn't sure if he was going to be like a dude bro.
Yeah. Right.
Or if he was going to like, be like, I'm such a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. And then it's like the first sign of conflict be like, I'm out of here. Pull like a Patches.
Oh, wow.
Like I wasn't sure if he was going to be like a scumbag, like a secret scumbag.
Yeah, okay.
But I really liked him just actually being like a really good adventurer.
Through and through, man. He's just like the guy that you need. Like the first thing he does is like save a baby animal from a fucking.
It's not a baby animal.
Or
it's just like a cat person.
Yeah, it's a baby. He's a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
In the fish's mouth.
Little baby cat person.
Yeah.
And the fish has swallowed whole the child.
So it's like he's just like the golden light shines down and he saves it and gives it back, and he's just like the hero.
Dude, because like his introduction is he walks up, takes his coat off, and has just like a open chested shirt, and he just walks up and you're like, oh, he's hot. Like that's like, I don't know. That's how I felt, at least. I just kept looking at him and I was like, oh, he's hot.
Damn.
And then he just shows up, saves this child, gives just returns the child back to the mom, says like no words,
nothing,
and just leaves, and then puts his coat back on.
Yeah. And
he's like a Giga Chad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walks on scene, saves child from fish animal, refuses to elaborate, leaves. But I ended up really enjoying him.
Yeah, no,
and I liked the conflict between him and Chris Pine as well.
They did, yeah. They were kind of going back and forth because Chris Pine won't accept like really any of the race that has to do with because they killed his wife. One of the Dark Wizards killed his wife, so he's just got that.
He just has a prejudice against them.
Yeah, for sure.
But also, they're from the same guild. They're both Harpers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
I
forgot about that part.
So they have a connection in that regard, and so he Zenk keeps trying to bond with him
yeah,
and
he does.
talk to him. He's like, "You're not, a washed up dude. You may have strayed. You may have forgotten the promise that you made, but
Yeah.
the Harpers have never forgotten you."
I love that, actually.
And it just helps reinforce that Chris Pine is doing this for the right reasons. So we just call him Chris Pine. I think his name's Ed.
Yeah,
but it's Chris Pine.
It's Chris Pine. Let me confirm what his character.
I think his name's
is.
Edgar, right?
Edgin.
Edgin.
Almost. It's Chris Pine.
It's Chris Pine.
He does great though. He's funny.
He's great.
Yeah, he's just Chris Pine. It's like Will Smith in a movie,
Yeah.
Some movies. I'm not gonna say it's all movies. Just watched Shark Tale the other day.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
It's a whale of a wash, and the price is oh my gosh. Oscar,
God,
I'm a wiener. Okay, I'm done.
Holy shit.
I used to watch a lot of Shark Tale.
I love Shark Tale.
I don't know why, but yeah, I really watched a lot of Shark Tale when I was a kid.
It was really good, man. It was a good movie.
It was. The shark is like the mafia.
I
Sharks
love
are the
that,
mafia.
dude. I love that. That's so good.
Oh my god.
You broke me and yourself with
I'm about to break.
And I'm about to break
Oh no.
with the damn Shark Tales reference.
I don't know how, dude. Oh, it's fucked up. I just walked in and Elijah was just staring open mouthed at the TV, watching Shark Tale the other day. I was like, man.
Open mouth.
He's just like, all right, here we are. Oscar's betting on horse races.
Seahorse races.
Seahorse races. All right, man.
Dude, those jellyfish threaten to kill him.
Dude, yeah. They're about to kill his ass. He's
Yeah.
beat the fuck up and chained up.
Yeah, dude.
He's gonna die. So the stakes are high in Shark Tale. Let's just not forget.
We can't forget how serious of a movie Shark Tale is.
All right, anyways.
Anyway.
right back in it.
Yeah, so we were talking about Chris Pine and the Paladin. So yeah, Paladin's like, "Oh yeah."
I was surprised he didn't fit he wasn't in
he didn't
the
stay
entirety
in.
of the movie. Yeah.
I also was surprised, but
Maybe
I
he was
guess
too OP.
that was what I was thinking. Is
Yeah.
because if he was there, the fucking wizard would not have stood a chance.
Nah, because his fight scene, the wizard sends kind of what seems to be her main
Undead
guard,
homies, yeah.
to go after them and
He's like, "Ah, yeah, here you are."
takes their asses down, dude.
He's like, "But we gotta go because they're gonna come back."
yeah, they get right the fuck back up. So yeah, was hearing the Underdark and then seeing it for 1 second probably your biggest disappointment?
I think so, yeah.
Were you pretty excited when you first heard them
When
say it?
when they were like, "Hey, we're going into the Underdark," I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
I was like, "What untold horrors are we about to see?"
What
and then
untold horrors.
they show you brain dogs,
Yeah.
and then it's
A lot
like
of scary stuff down there, man.
I was expecting, maybe you see a dark, a drow patrol or something like that.
Yeah.
Or some mushroom people, some spore guys, or
Right.
fish, or the fish dudes.
Yeah.
Now you get 2 brain dogs
While overlooking a city.
while overlooking, yeah,
and then you're in Lava
concept
Town,
art for a city.
Yeah. 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 You're right.
And then they're immediately in Bowser's lava world.
Which, yeah, doesn't have as much of an Underdark kind of feel. Just because it's so bright, I guess. But,
Yeah.
I mean, there's bound to be areas like that.
Oh,
man,
for
but
sure. It's
most
it's
definitely.
underground.
I guess they just wanted to hit that beat to hit
Like it felt like a dungeon. It didn't feel like Underdark at that
Right.
point.
I totally feel what you're saying with that too. I did like that scene. Like once we got into it, though, it was sad to see the feeling of the Underdark, which is like the low light, the luminescent mushrooms, all that kind of stuff, goes so quickly. But moving back onto that next kind of action set piece with the chains and everything, I really like that area too.
Yeah.
And I like the staff,
Yes,
the portal
we get the
gun.
portals. We get the portal gun.
Yeah, the staff. To upgrade our boy
The
Simon a little bit.
absolutely clutch magic item get.
For sure, dude. And it was Bradley Cooper's walking stick.
Yep.
That shit's so fucking funny. It really comes in handy,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's necessary.
We were talking after this stuff, we get back into the main heist. We're trying to get into the vault. And that's when
the main problem at this point becomes Simon has to attune to the helm.
I did like that portion too. Yeah, they got the helmet, and I didn't think they were going to add attunement into it at all. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
I've seen you guys many a time have to attune to things in our campaigns.
You just have to fucking sit with it. And in D&D, you usually just have to sit with it for a while.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But in this, it became a whole thing about confidence and
I like that.
Do you really think you're able to use this helm?
Right.
No, you can't. And then because you think you can't, it won't let you.
Then you can't.
If you know, you know.
What I like too is that past that point, the helmet's not really working. They have to come up with a plan. And there's like three plans going on at once. Yeah. So
Plan C, which is just Plan A, and then Plan D, which is just Plan B.
My God. I really liked the we got into a conversation about, how finicky and how crazy you can get in D&D and how creative you can get to get to your end goal. And at this point, they didn't have the helmet of attunement, so they plan to...
They're like, what can we
Oh
do?
My God.
What is happening? Okay, so Forge is bringing in... He's restarting these super deadly games. People are going to die, but people are also going to bet lots of money on it.
Bet.
And so what we're and he's proclaimed that he's got this super safe storage space. So what if instead of trying to figure out a way to break the lock, we just slip our own little piece of treasure into one of the carriages?
Yeah.
And maybe they just take the treasure and they put it in there, and maybe, just maybe, this treasure is a painting, and perhaps
maybe
on the inside, behind the rolled up paper of the painting, sits a portal.
that shit's so goddamn cool.
The scene of them breaking into the carriage was phenomenal.
I love the shot of her diving into the portal. You know what I'm saying? And the camera stays with her.
Yep. As it hooks around,
goes through the other side. That shit was so cool.
The idea of
just the thought behind that,
sticking the portal to the underside of the carriage.
Yeah.
Then using that portal hole to then remove the wood planks from under the carriage to allow one of your party members to go inside the carriage, at which point they can then pull the portal through the hole that they've created, reattach the floorboards, and then now there's a portal painting in the carriage, and none's the wiser.
Like watching this, in my head I hear players asking their DM if this is okay. Like, so this works,
the
right?
Dice rolls.
This works, right? Yeah.
The dimensions on the portal, the dimensions for the portal staff say that
right.
It's this wide of a frame. Would that fit on this painting?
I love it.
And the DM's like, roll for it.
Literally, yeah. Let's see what you got.
Yes.
And it gets so inventive, and it holds that creative nature of them having to get out of these messes that just continually keep getting dumped on them from this point forth in the story.
Yes.
Which takes a lot of fun turns, They get into the vault and they're like, this shit's empty because fucking Forge is loading it all into his ship and he's taking it all. That was really cool.
I love they like rent out a room in a tavern where they are like trying to use the portal to get in, but
that's such a funny barrier.
The fucking painting has fallen face first, so when they activate the portal, it just fucking is a wall.
You can't like push on it to make the painting itself go up.
So the druid just takes a knife and starts trying to chip out some of the the stone, and she's like, if I can just get like a 1/4 inch, I can turn into a worm and go through.
It's just something players would do.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, talking about like shit getting dropped on them, like
left and right.
One of the tavern goers calls the guards on them. She's like, "Oh yeah, they looked suspicious."
It's high intensity, man. Like people are spread out.
Yeah,
shit's happening to different people.
Ed is in the castle.
Yeah.
By himself trying to find his daughter. Simon and Olga are doing their own thing with the helm. He gets to attune to it.
Yep.
That was nice. But then they're just all immediately captured.
And then they get put into the games, which is a pretty fun sequence.
It's because Chris Pine was like, "Hey,
don't kill
us right now. Why not make a game out of it?"
Wizard's like, yes.
Well, and that's the thing, is because Forge is like,
no,
dude. He's like, I have too much respect for you to like make you go through that,
which is nuts.
He's like, you don't want to have that fate, friend.
Wizard's like, yes.
Wizard's like, oh yeah, no, they're going in.
Sophina says die in the games.
In the games.
Which I really liked the games, man. Like I didn't
big old
more
maze.
Fun stuff you don't expect.
Yeah.
The creatures in there that using the projections.
Like the panthers with the
That's an actual creature in D&D, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Fucking mimic, dude. Yes. Of course.
You love to see a mimic.
I didn't expect it at first, man.
It's like the one jump scare in the damn movie.
Did it get you?
Not me.
Dude, fucking
Kayla jumped hard, I think.
I jumped when they revived the dude for the first time at the graveyard because the audio was so boosted. Yeah, I was like, ah. I wasn't expecting to jump in this movie. Yeah, I like the mimic. You gotta have it.
Gelatinous cube.
Oh, the gelatinous cube. I loved that section, dude. They used the gelatinous cube to get out of the games. It was so cool.
It was very, very cool, dude.
Again, the druid, man.
Using like all the rule, like that's
everything you can.
That is literally, and again, like just to have the tip of your finger be out so you can still beast shape.
It looked so cool when they had her, because they have the druid stuck in the gelatinous cube, and then she goes into a snake, and it just looks so cool seeing her traverse the cube and get out of there, man. So fucking fun. The final fight was really cool between all of them.
All of them and Sophina.
Yeah. I mean, the VFX weren't bad. It wasn't anything distracting to me.
No.
I was super into it. Super fun action sequences.
Yeah. I really like. I mean, I think it looked really cool when she started doing the ritual and like the.
Yeah.
That shit made me think of Diablo.
Oh wow! Yeah, I can totally
like
see
Diablo
that.
4, like the cutscene.
Oh my god! Yeah. Holy shit! Yeah, that was crazy, man. I like how they stopped it too. They used the portal to all the treasure that they got on their ship
to just drag everybody,
to get everybody out of the Coliseum.
And he kept his promise.
I like that part about it too.
I will distribute the wealth for to the people.
Dude, you know what I didn't mention is Ed's Chris Pine, Ed's flashback sequences of him and his wife in the
Under the blanket.
in like the dragonfly,
Yeah.
because she's like, it's just like super like
She becomes like represented.
sweet.
And then like she becomes represented later on in the movie by a dragonfly.
Yeah, because in the flashback she says,
You just have to let him go. You stop
Stop
trying to capture it. Just let it go.
just let it go. And that becomes the whole thing.
And his entire thing is he's trying to recapture his wife.
Exactly. And so at the end, they have the tomb. Finally, he was getting the tomb to resurrect his wife. And Holga is dying. She's been stabbed with the red blade. So he's forced with the decision to do that. But it's just really cool. You have the dragonfly land on him as he's sitting there with that.
He realizes that Olga is his daughter's like mother.
Literally, yeah. Literally.
Because like you get that scene of just all of like the moments of his daughter growing up that she was like present for.
And Holga was there for all of it.
Yeah. I was like
them walking, holding hands while she's a little toddler.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that really hit me deep.
And as soon as I saw that she got stabbed, I was like, okay.
Yeah, you knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I was like, she's not gonna die. Well, like I was like, she's gonna die, but she's not dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So there wasn't a whole lot of tension in that point for me, but it was still
right.
There was still some tenderness there.
For sure, I enjoyed the tenderness. Yeah, there is. You do know that if anybody gets hurt in this movie, you're like,
we have one get out of jail free card.
That sense of consequence, you kind of have that get out of jail free card, like you said.
But just the one.
Just the one, right? But yeah, man, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a really good film.
I liked it.
It was very fun.
It's not, I feel like the pacing was perfect. I didn't feel like I was sitting there for too long.
No.
I wasn't looking at my watch.
We got out and we were like, how long was that? And it was like a little over 2 hours, I think.
2 hours
right?
or something. I felt like it was shorter, surprisingly.
That's the thing, yeah. I wasn't expecting it to be that long.
But I think that's just because there's so many set pieces and it moves quickly.
Moves almost to the beat of jazz.
Almost to the beat of jazz,
Me and Chris Pine joked on set about how it was a cosmic gumbo.
My fucking God. All right, man.
What do you give it out of 10?
I think probably sitting. I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, I was thinking about a 7.5 for me.
Yeah, that sounds good. It's just really fun, and I would watch it again.
Yeah,
it's definitely got rewatchability.
For sure.
Sit down with some popcorn and hang out.
Definitely a good popcorn flick.
For sure. Yeah. Just don't expect anything serious. Go in having a fun time. That's
yeah. Just expect to watch a fun movie.
Yeah,
that's all.
They hit the comedic angle, and it works.
Yeah.
It works really well.
Nothing overstays its welcome.
I think it's just got just enough of everything to come together and make it perfect.
Yeah.
The fantasy elements, it's shot like a fantasy movie, and that really does come through.
Oh, definitely. Like the
use
big
of the
shots
practicals.
of them like walking over like the ranges.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
So if you're in the mood for some fantasy, some comedy, if you're in a Princess Bride mood, but you don't exactly want to watch Princess Bride.
Yeah.
In that vein
pretty,
almost.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty accurate, man.
Yeah. You think so?
I think so.
Pretty well compared.
Yeah. Princess Bride was pretty funny for being like a fantasy movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good double feature.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
Check
it out. All right. So, that's what we got for you guys today. If you went and saw Dungeons and Dragons, let us know how you liked it.
Yeah.
If you play Dungeons and Dragons,
let us know.
Let's play.
Dude, bro.
Come on, dude.
Bro, bring your fucking dice, bro.
Are you a DM? We're looking for a DM. All right, seriously, guys. We will see you next week. I am Zach Gosen.
I'm Andrew Hall.
This was the Storyworks Podcast. Later.
Sayonara.